This is my pomegranate tree after I brought it indoors last fall. This is how it looked after all the leaves fell off, and do you know that shortly after that it began to grow buds? And this is how it looks now. I was so excited when I saw it. It started to grow leaves and it's just getting so big and green. So I decided that I was going to go ahead and put it into a larger 5-gallon container so that it can have more room to grow. Hey, good to see you. Thanks for stopping by. I'm just about to plant my pomegranate tree. Take a seat. Let me show you. Okay, so the first thing we're going to need, of course, is the 5-gallon container. And we're going to go ahead and drill holes all over the bottom so that we can have adequate drainage for the plant. Now, some people use rocks, sand, or coconut bark at the bottom of their containers for drainage, but I don't have any of that, so I'm just going to use the soil that I have. Now that we have our drainage holes, I'm going to go ahead and turn my bucket over. Next, I'm going to pull my plant over and I'm going to take the plate from underneath that one and I'm going to put it underneath the new bucket to allow for the drainage runoff. Next, we're going to go ahead and add our potting soil. Now make sure it is indoor-outdoor potting soil, potting mix. Don't use regular soil. It winds up being too heavy, it'll pack, and then it won't drain well. Now we're going to spread and even out that dirt we just put in to make a good bed for the plant to go in. Okay, so now we're going to take our plant and we are going to take it out of the container. But let me just say, when you know that you're going to repot a plant, don't water it for a couple days so it can have a chance to dry out and harden off so that when you get ready to take it out of the container, the old container, it will be easier to do so. Okay, so now I'm going to smash it on the sides to kind of loosen up the dirt to get it ready to come out of the container. And as you can see, after you do that, it loosens up and it comes out fairly easy. All right, I'm going to lift the plant out and I'm going to make the dirt ready a little bit more, and then I'm going to go ahead and set it in to see how well or how much more dirt I will need to put in the container. Okay, so you might not be able to see it from this angle, but when I set the plant down into the container, I want the dirt level of the plant to reach like about 2 inches from the top. So I'm going to take it out and add more dirt. Now I'm going to spread that dirt around once more. I'm checking the height. It's a little bit too high now, so I'm going to work the dirt around to the sides and make a nice bed for the plant to sit down in. Now, before I set the plant into the pot, I'm going to turn it on its side and I'm going to gently loosen up the roots so that they can grow and extend into their new soil. Alrighty, so I'm going to set the plant in the pot now. That seems to be about right. And I'm going to go ahead and take that cage off. I should have did it in the first place. It would have made it a lot easier. Now I'm going to go ahead and add more dirt to fill in the spaces on the sides. Next, I'm going to smooth the dirt and make it even all around. I removed the old stake wiring and now I'm adding some coffee grounds that were given to me by my co-workers. Next, I'm going to spread that around evenly into the soil. It took me a minute, but I finally got my cage back onto the plant. Now, I'm going to give my plant some banana water. I'm sorry, y'all, I couldn't take it. I had to take a pause and clean up. I then repositioned the stake to the other side to give the tree more support. Next, I gave the dirt a final smoothing and gave my pomegranate tree a nice drink of water. I decided to secure the stake to the tree with more tree wire. We can learn so much, even from the plants. This little lady over the summer was so dry and lifeless, and when the fall came, I almost left her outside. But I said, you know what? I'm going to bring her inside and see what happens. And just look at her. Now she's just so bright and full of life, and I'm really glad I did. Now, if you enjoyed this video, please feel free to become a part of the Kathy's Heart family by subscribing. See you in my next video.